Hi, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching, and today, with the help of Academy Sports Coach, I wanted to talk to you about a session I've created with the help of a book that we have on the website called Developing Soccer Intelligence Through the 44, Volume 2. There's 3 volumes. I'm going to go through all of these eventually because I really like the concepts that are brought about in the book. I like the idea of breaking the game down into small pieces to help your players understand the game itself. Not just to be, okay, here's where you go here on the full field, but to see what they're seeing in real time, how that can help them understand and then take advantage of the game. So the first one I have from the book in here that I really enjoyed is just a regular diamond passing drill. Now, you've probably done diamond passing with your groups before, just to teach, I really like it for teaching the concepts of receiving on the half turn. I've done passing patterns through it where we're doing, back and throughs. So player plays here, comes back, and they play the ball through it here, kind of simulating a 1-2 without the opposition. Now, the one I saw here, just very simple alteration that I really, really enjoyed for teaching the idea of spacing between the 4 players is you have, I took these out too many. You have the ball start here, and let's say the first one is the player passes here. Okay. Now, normally what we would do is they go here, they go here, they go here, they go here, and they go in the diamond. What you have is options. So this player then can play the ball back, so they don't have to continue in the same way they were going. They can play it forward, or they can dribble. And if they dribble, basically every player needs to be recognizing what's going on. So it's not just pass, and this guy's waiting over here to get his pass, and he doesn't know what's going on. He dribbles. Okay, we should use the dribble. We use the dribble logo. So he dribbles the ball to this next grid. All right. If he does that, every single player then needs to adjust. Okay. So this player recognizes, hey, he dribbled. So I need to clear space for him to get there. He needs clear space for him. And he needs clear space for him. And we move in a diamond pattern. All right. So every player is turned on, switched on, and ready to go because at any minute they're going to have to be moving. They're going to have to be receiving. The ball can be coming to them. It's every player is on. There's not some players sitting in the back of the line figuring out what to do. We're waiting for the ball to come around, lazily talking. They're all coordinating based on what the action is. They're reading the visual cue of the player on the ball, and they're making the appropriate reaction to it, which I think is really what you want to get out of these 4v4s is having players react to visual cues on the field and make the appropriate decision. So this player starts running with it, takes his first touch, big first touch. We should teach them that on the first touch, they should know he's taking a big first touch. He's clearly going to space here. We then should be moving. All right, and reading that visual cue. So I would start off very slow with just the basic passing pattern, back and forth, maybe add a different little pattern into it, and then finally end with this visual recognition drill. I also like the concept of having players stand behind them sometimes. So what we'll sometimes do is have a player stand behind this player, and they'll hold up a number sign, or they'll stand to one side or the other side, okay? And then basically this player then needs to react to the visual cue or a verbal cue of this player. They read it, and then they have to either say it out loud, like 2, if the player's holding up 2 fingers, or if they step to this side, this player cuts this way. If they're here, they cut this way to make the pass and go outside to their left. So just adding a third element to the drill for a little bit of intensity. Where we would go from here is we would clear the field here, and we'd set the grid up into a high and low area. So we have a high and a low area. And in the low area, we'll have 3 players in black. So 1, 2, 3. We will have 1 player in black in the high area. We'll have a goal for them. And we'll have 1 defending player in this box here. So what we have here is the 3 players here are going to play around in this area to get the pass to this attacking player, who then can score a goal. So the whole concept here, and again, the concept behind these Developing Soccer Intelligence through the 44 books is getting your players to understand the game by analyzing the small version of the 4v4, the 2v2, the 3v3. So here, when this player moves this ball here, this player is then going to move here to block the shot, right? He's not going to allow an easy pass to this player. So everyone needs to react based on that to what should be going on. He needs up here, maybe moves to the line here to create a passing lane that wasn't there. This player maybe moves down low to create a square ball. This player stays here to create, or maybe moves even a little closer to create an outlet pass so they can go back to them. All right, but every player is moving based on the reactions to this yellow player. Now, it shouldn't really be too long. Obviously, it's a 4v1 with a player that can't be touched. So, we should be scoring pretty often here. Let me play the outlet pass there. So we'll now make it a little more difficult. We're just ramping up the difficulty and making it more to the 4v4 as we go along. So now we go from there in 3v1 and we add a defensive player. So it's a 1v1 situation here with 3v1. So what we're doing is the 3v1, we're not just trying to pass it forward, because if we just pass it forward blindly to this guy, he can't turn to score because there's a defender on his back. So what we're doing is we're moving the ball through these three players. We're keeping it with, maybe interchanging positions occasionally. And this player is constantly having to move and work. Maybe they check in. Maybe they go wide. Maybe they check in and go back and they play up and over. All right. But as the ball moves, all right, we have a 3v1 and a 1v1. It's a 4v2, but we're breaking it down into the smaller interactions between these different groups of players. Okay. Then we would move from a low-high 3v1, 3v2. We could even up the ante and have another yellow player in here, creating making things a little more difficult. Or maybe we add another black player here. So it's a 2v1 defending job here, where this player is trying to cut off the angles. And we can kind of up the ante there as much as we want, because we're still keeping it within 44. We got a 3v2 and we've got 2v1 here. A lot of different options. So what I would go from now is to add more players. We're going to add more players to this. So I'm going to clear the grid here. And we're going to make it, actually, we're going to go over the 4v4. We're going to 4v4 plus 2. So we'll have 2 free players here. And what we've got is a quadrant. And we'll have this guy will go, he'll go over here. He'll go here. He'll go here. He'll go here. We'll have a yellow player in each grid, in each quadrant. Here. Here. We'll have a goal. Where did that goal go? We can have a goal. Oh, that's the wrong way. We can have a goal here. I can't find it. Oh, I think that is it. No, that's a back one. Well, we could have a goal. You can have a pug goal, or if you have goals, you can have a goal. I'm going to go with pug goals. Okay. And then we have 2 red players that are playing as neutral players. So 1 here and 1 here. Okay. And the ball is placed in here. And we're playing, and the players, it's a 4v4 basically, plus 2, but they can only stay within their quadrants. So you can't have a player in black dribble into this quadrant, and you can go 2v1. What's happening is the red player is consistently moving around. The red players are consistently moving around to create numbers overloads. So we have a number overload here, right? It's 2v1. So it places the red player. What we're looking for is, can we go forward in a 1v1 situation? Is there space in the 1v1 situation? Or should we play to a 2v1? Or does this player need to move, find this pocket space, and now we have a 2v1? Anyone can score from any of the quadrants. All right, but it's about finding that space. So you're adding different elements. You're adding your 1v1. Then you're adding the element of support for 2v1. And then you're adding the element of decision-making. Should I go? Where's the open man? Where's the numerical overload? And then finally, can we find a shot and goal? Okay. Really like the simple game that I think you can get a lot of different looks out of on talking about numerical overloads and making sure you're a man up at all time. So what we'd go from here is we're going to take away the grids, and we're just going to go, get my players back. Let's go straight 4v4. And what we're trying to do here in this one is just use all the different concepts, the 1v1s, the 2v1s, the spacing, the numerical overloads. We're trying to use all of that in a 4v4 game to score, to achieve victory. Using our spacing, using our 1v1s, using our rotation. If this guy goes here, he dribbles in this space, where will everyone else move? If he dribbles over here, where does everyone else need to go? Maybe he drops off. Maybe he goes high. Maybe he makes a run. Maybe he goes here. All those different rotations we've talked about in the first drill, we're seeing here. We're looking to find 3v1s. We're trying to move the ball back here to create space, to open things up more forward. Maybe he's up here, and we're seeing that that 3v2, but maybe it's a 3v3 here with one guy here, and we're going full speed against this one. We're going to see the situations we've created in the drill. We're just going to see the situation we created in the drills coming out and seeing them over and over again within this final 4v4 game. All right. So again, I think this is a really great session that you can teach a lot of different concepts. I would suggest maybe sticking to one or two and really focusing on those. But the players themselves will get a ton of different looks throughout the game. My question to you, and I'm going to put this out in the comments, is basically, what game situations are you showing in practice? What are things that you feel that you do a really great job of showing and saying, hey, listen, this is a game situation, happens all the time, and I have a great drill that is repetitive in the sense that it recreates that situation over and over again for my players. And so you can put those in the comments. So once again, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching and the Help Academy Sports Coach, and the book Developing Soccer Intelligence Through 4v4 Volume 2, which we'll put in the comment section so you can check out. I hope this session finds you well.